Now let us see the students. Next topic, scope and experiment of the physics. So actually in this topic we have to study about the different branches of physics as well as the physics have been excited up to what extent. So actually in physics we have to study about the main two fundamentals, constituents of the universe. One is matter, second is radiation. That means the entire universe is made up of the two things. One is matter, that is material particles. Another is radiation, that is the rays or waves with full of energy. So matter means material particles and radiation means the rays or waves with full of energy. Each and every substance is made up of either matter or radiations. As matter, that means material particles. Material particles, it means you can see there are so many atoms. And each atom is made up of what? Each atom is made up of mainly three fundamental particles: electron, proton and neutron. If you just consider the central part of atom, it is nucleus. This nucleus is made up of neutrons and protons and having a very small size or small radius. So this nucleus having a radius of the order of 10 raised to minus 14 meter. Surrounding nucleus in different circular orbits, different number of electrons are revolving, and these electrons revolving around the nucleus in specific orbits of radius is of the order of 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So this radius is greater than radius of nucleus. There are different and specific numbers in each orbit. This every element has a definite electronic configuration. Accordingly, the number of electrons are there. These electrons are steadily revolving and sometimes they are making a jump from higher orbit to lower orbit. So that is that transitions you have to study. Due to that transitions, they are emitting electromagnetic waves or radiations are emitting. They are interacting also with each other. All such things you have to study. Then, if you take any substance inside which a lot of atoms are there and these atoms are interacting, then due to interaction of atoms among, the molecules are being formed. And when such atoms and molecules you are taking at a definite temperature and pressure, then you are getting this substance in different state. That means different phase. Here when many molecules and atoms combines together, we get the different phases of matter. These different phases of matter you will get under specific conditions. Which specific conditions? Definite temperature and pressure is there. So here, they are mainly three kind of the state of matter. So namely gas, liquid and solid. That depends on the temperature and pressure. Regarding all such things you will study in fluid dynamics. Then there is a fourth state of matter. It is known as a plasma. So this plasma is occurring at extremely high temperatures. So under certain temperature and other conditions, we get the fourth state of matter. It is known as a plasma. In future you will study that this plasma is nothing but the possibility as a future source of tremendous energy. Thereafter, in physics, mainly two kind of the domains of studies are there. One is macroscopic domains, another is microscopic domains. The word macroscopic domains still that. So here you are going to be studying regarding the very big objects. And these big objects you are taking where? Either at laboratory or on the surface of the earth, that is terrestrial, and in the space, that means like a planets which are revolving surrounding the sun. So it is at astronomical scale. So thus here the scope of physics extends over two domains of study. One is macroscopic domains, so it is at laboratory, terrestrial and astronomic scales. Then another is microscopic domains, microscopic, very very small. And this very very small are what? They are nothing but atoms, molecules, nucleus. So we have microscopic domains at atomic, molecular and nuclear phenomena are there. Thereafter here we have to study about the different properties of the substances. Which different properties? They may be mechanical, electrical, magnetic, thermal properties, optical properties, nuclear properties, and all such kind of the properties of material can be studied in the different branches of physics. And from that point of view, there are the different branches. Here just we'll discuss a little bit about each branch. The branches of physics. The first one is mechanics, the main branch of physics. So this main branch of physics is based on what? It is based on Newton's laws of motion. Newton's universal law of gravitation. It is concerned with the motion of particles. Which kind of the motion? One dimension motion, two dimension motion, three dimension motion of particles. This kind of the motion of a rigid body, this kind of the motion of deformable bodies, as well as you have to study about the various types of the forces. So these forces you have to study. Depending on forces, the work is there. The work done by the force, work done on the force is there. Depending on work, amount of energy is there, potential energy, kinetic energy, mechanical energy. Depending on this work and or energy, there is a power is there, mechanical power is there. Then the propagation of water waves or the sound waves in air. You all can hear the voice of any person in air medium. As you know, there is no any wiring connection between you and another person. Even though you are going to be listening the words, it is due to what? It is due to the propagation of the sound waves in air. So how the sound waves are propagating? Regarding this fact, you will study in mechanics. So in this way, there are so many topics are there in mechanics. And depending on this mechanics, the main branch of engineering is there, mechanical engineering. Then we come to the next one. It is electrodynamics. Electrodynamics is nothing but the combination of two branches of physics. One is electricity, another is magnetism. That's why its common name is electromagnetism, or you can say electrodynamics. So in electrodynamics, you will study about the electricity and magnetism. Electricity you can study related with the charged body, and magnetism you can study related with the magnetic bodies. So it deals with the electric and magnetic phenomena. And these phenomena are associated with respectively charged bodies and the magnetic bodies. Then, in order to develop this electrodynamics, there is a great role have been played by the different scientists. Which scientists are there? Here the name is there. The great role have been played by the different scientists for the development of this branch, and they are Ørsted, Faraday, Coulomb, Ampere, Maxwell, etc. There are a lot of scientists are there. As well as you will study in this branch regarding AC circuits, as well as wireless communication is there, electromagnetic induction phenomena is there. All such things you will study electrodynamics. Then we can see the next branch. It is optics. This branch of physics is related with the phenomena of propagation of light and generation of light. How the light is generating, how it is propagating. And depending on all this, depending on this propagation of the light, there are so many phenomena. There are so many instruments are there based on the light. So here you can see that the working of telescope. By using the telescope, you can see the terrestrial objects. The working of telescope, working of microscope, working of optical fiber. And then colors exhibited by thin film of oil, and this you can see in monsoon season. On the wet road, when there is one few drops of lubricating oil is there, and on such few drops of lubricating oil, the sunlight falls, then you will see there will be a different color film is there. So this is also in optics. So colors exhibited by the thin films of oil, and you know in monsoon season you are sometimes we're going to be seeing the rainbow, mirage effect, which you have studied in lower standard. Image is formed by concave mirror, convex mirror. Image is formed by the convex lens, concave lenses, etc., as well as all the phenomena related with the light. So actually this is main branch of physics. This branch of physics is divided in three branches. One is called ray optics, in which you have to study about the reflection of light, refraction of light, dispersion of light, etc. Second is wave optics. In this branch you will study about interference, diffraction, etc. Quantum optics is there. In this branch you will study about photoelectric effect, Crompton effect, all this one. Then the next one is thermodynamics. So thermodynamics is totally opposite to that of mechanics. So here it is contrast to mechanics. It does not deal with the motion of a body as a whole, but instead of that it deals with the systems in a macroscopic equilibrium, and it is concerned with the changing internal energy, change in temperature, change in entropy, etc. of the system through the external work and transfer of it. So in short, thermodynamics is known as branch of physics in which you will study about there is a mutual conversion of heat and work, and depending on you will study about the various kind of the heat engine like gasoline engine, petrol engine, diesel engine, etc. is there. And regarding this kind of the heat engine, you will study about their efficiency, you will study about the working performance of refrigerator, etc. is there. And be remember, the main branch of engineering, automobile engineering, is totally based on this thermodynamics. Then there is a one more next branch. It is astrophysics. The word automatically says. So here you have to study about the topics related with those they are lying in the space. So here you have to study about a space. What is space? So this space is extended up to infinity. So this space having an infinite dimension, and you have to study about the sun as well as its planetary system. Then you have to study about the galaxies, the structure between the two galaxies. There is a very, very large distance, and this large distance is of the order of billions of light years. As well as inside the galaxies there are so many objects, heavy objects are there, having their masses is of the order of billions of kilograms. So distribution of the billions of kilograms of that matter is there. Also there is a very large space is there, so intergalactic space is there. Then you have to study about the stars, how they are going to be taking a birth. So birth, evolution and death of various stars. So all such topics you have to study in this astrophysics. Then span of physics is from vacuum to infinity. Physics have been extended from vacuum to infinity. So be remember in physics, vacuum is also be considered as a definite state. If you take a one bulb, then inside the bulb there will be totally vacuum is there. And this vacuum is also be considered as a one definite state in physics. The next branch is nuclear physics. In nuclear physics, you will study about all the topics related with nucleus. Nucleus is there, nuclear process is there, natural radioactivity is there, artificial radioactivity is there. In natural radioactivity, there will be spontaneous emission of invisible radiations from radioactive elements. Emission of radioactive radiations is there. Nuclear fission and nuclear fusion is there, as well as nuclear reactor. All such things you have to study in nuclear physics. Next, one more branch, it is electronics. Electronics divided in two sub-branches. One is called digital electronics, another is solid state electronics. You will study in future. Then, now we have to come to the range of different physical quantity in physics. So now in physics you have to study about the very small length, and it is of the order of size of nucleus is of the order of 10 raised to minus 14 meter. As well as you have to take a very large measurement of length, and it is nothing but the length of galaxies. The range of length scale is from 10 raised to minus 14 meter to the 10 raised to 26 meter. Then about the time scale. So this kind of the range of length, if divided by the speed of light, that means through the nucleus, if the speed of light is allowed to be entered, then in what time interval it will come out. So according to definition of speed, speed equal to distance upon time, time equal to distance upon speed. So this kind of the length scale when divided by the speed of light, then you will get the time scale. The range of time scale is from 10 raised to minus 22 second to 10 raised to 18 second, which can be obtained by dividing the length scale by the speed of light. Then about the masses. Very small masses you have to consider, and this small mass is the mass of electron, and it is of the order of 10 raised to minus 31 kg. Its exact mass is 9.1 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. As well as you have to consider very huge mass, large mass, and it is of the order of 10 raised to 55 kg, and it is the mass of known observable universe. The range of mass scale is from 10 raised to minus 30 kg to 10 raised to 55 kg. Thereafter, now we consider in physics which kind of the events you have to study. So in physics you have to study about in normal events. Normal events, that means the events which you are experiencing in your daily life. So these normal events, like a free fall of an object under the effect of gravity. When you consider a one object allowed to just fall freely from the top of the high-rise building, then it will compulsory come down. Why it come down? Under the effect of gravity. On the other side, if you consider a one balloon which is filled with a light gas and just you release it, then it will move up. So it moves against the gravity. The flight of a balloon filled with the light gas from the earth. Then you consider a one small needle and let you allow to put it on water. What will happen here? It will dip. But on the other side, if you consider big ship, then they are going to be what? Floating. Why floating? So these things you have to study under certain principles in physics. So sinking of a pin or a needle in water, floating of a ship on water surface, and then on the other side you have to consider the very large projects or most advanced projects in physics, and they are like number one, LHC, its full form is Large Hadron Collider. Another one, ITER, International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor, as well as moon mission. On the moon, whether the person can live or not. So regarding that, there is a one project is there, moon mission is there. Thereafter we come to the name of the scientist who has given their role for the development of this physics, who has spent their own life in the development of physics. The name of internationally famous Indian physicist. We remember C.V. Raman, J.C. Bose, Jagdish Chandra C. Bose, Dr. Homi Bhabha, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, S.N. Bose, S. Chandrasekhar, etc. Thereafter, in physics, continuously the research is going on, and there are certain institutes where the research is going on regarding physics. Are which one? The Indian institutes doing researches in the field of physics. Here I have given few names of them. One is PRL, its name is Physical Research Laboratory. Where it is? It is located at Ahmedabad. IPR, Institute of Plasma Research. Where it is located? Gandhinagar. BARC, we remember it is Bhabha Atomic Research Center, where Bombay. In BRC, Bhabha Atomic Research Center, there are 4 such nuclear reactors which generating continuously the amount of electrical energy. Then NPL, National Physical Laboratory, where it is located? Delhi. ITA, Indian Institute of Astrophysics, where it is located? Bangalore. Then for you, IIT, here you can have a chance to get the admission. IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. And this kind of the Indian Institute of Technologies are at various places in India. There are nearly 7 such IITs are there. Then ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. So they are also be working at various places in India. Okay.